Well, Mom had a lot of traits, so we're going to take another run at it. Aaron, what's one that comes to mind?
I think the thing that I remember the most is probably her daily chipperness. She was upbeat, she was happy, she was a morning person, kind of a short term optimist. Everything's gonna work out, everything's gonna be okay, let's get our stuff done. And, and she was fun. She was a fun mom. So I just remember her just turning on some music, getting things done, and just kind of when you talk to her, she was happy. She was not a gloom and doom. She wasn't like, she she had good solutions and answers, and it just was a good feel in the home of being able to have that chipperness, that positivity, and she was really good about that. It's a
Absolutely.
gift of hers.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's a trait you...
One trait that I think about when I think of Mom is her creativity. Mom could turn anything into a game, a song, a little jingle. Like Aaron was saying, she was fun. She had such a creative mind, and I think that rubbed off on all of us in different ways. But, turning little things into a song was big for her. Putting on music, like Aaron said, and just making drudgery fun.
The monotony fun.
Monotony
She didn't
fun.
think she was creative, though.
She
watched all
didn't.
three of us,
You were
and she's
so
like,
effective
you didn't get creativity from me. And I
Yeah,
don't
she was
think
very humble about it, but she was very creative.
Just think of her nicknames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole
They were so
segment.
creative.
Very creative, and yeah, fun. Like, speaking of nicknames, my nickname from her, one of the many, was Roberta, because we had a neighbor in Buffalo who couldn't say Debbie, and he called me Bobby, and so that morphed into Robert, and then Roberta, and till her dying day, I was Roberta a lot of the time. So just her creativity and her turning the mundane into fun was, even homework, projects, stuff that we didn't want to do. It was just, had a way of, and it was partly because of just her chipper nature, her positivity. Let's break it down. Let's do it. Let's make it fun. We can do it.
We can do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of her best.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree, and just building on what you said, Erin, the irony, because she did battle depression early in her early adulthood, and that wasn't as common. And I think she was implementing some strategies that now they're finding are, the cognitive, awareness, and trying to reroute her thinking and kind of maybe take more control over that
processes.
black dog that hung with her, in the early part of her starting her family, and the intelligence that she was gifted with, marrying at 18, not being able to go to college, not having the opportunity to go to college, and channeling that very innate intelligence, that social intelligence, to know how to read things so well, and channeling that creativity and that intelligence, and just in her being a mom. And so that social intelligence, she could read situations so well, and read people. And I think that was a gift that she was blessed with.
Yeah.
Instincts.
So?
What comes to mind is kind of in a previous segment, Lynn, you talked about she did face some hard things. She faced some very hard things growing up and throughout her life, and I think she was a great model of being forgiving and having a forgiving, magnanimous nature, just forgiving people and moving forward. She was an onward and upward kind of person.
Yeah.
That was a favorite expression of hers, onward and upward. And she forgave people that perhaps had wronged her or did some things to hurt her, and she was able to do that deeply, sincerely, and she was able to move on with her life. And that was a great example to me that she could find that and forgive and move forward. And so she didn't have that rancor or that gnawing corrosive, attitude towards other people, she was able to forgive.
Yeah,
And,
it's managing bitterness.
right, she was able to let that go.
Yeah.
She didn't hold a grudge.
I do remember saying, "Do you want to be bitter or do you want to be better?" Which, onward and upward, I think, was also in
That was common.
correlation to the bitter or better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trait that I've chosen for is really a phrase that I heard her say quite a bit when we were growing up. And she would say, "It's okay." And I think maybe when I was really little, I needed that encouragement, that validation that if I had done something wrong or if I hadn't done it to their specs, she would say it's okay. And I liked that approval. And I liked that kind of it's going to work out mentality. And it fits with everything that you guys have said about her. The chipperness, the just kind of the doggedness of starting over every day. She was so smart. She could have been an academic in anything. She was gifted with her hands. She could have been a neurosurgeon. But she chose to be a mom, and she was dogged at doing it right. Now, everything wasn't always organized. There was a lot of pleasant clutter in our home. But I remember, 99.9% of the time, a home-cooked meal.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I remember encouragement. I remember an etch-a-sketch approach to starting over, an optimism if we lost, if it didn't go well, and that overarching comment of, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay, and it is, in fact, okay. She to me, just was the bridge from the difficult world to being able to grow into a person who had the ability to kind of deal with the world. She was our bridge.
Yeah.
Dad was great. Mom was the glue and the bridge, and made all the difference in the world with her great traits.